Chapter 2. Turning doubt into a weapon. Doubt is often seen as an obstacle, a force that holds people back from achieving their potential. When others doubt you, it can feel like a weight pressing down on your ambitions, making every step forward an uphill battle. But what if doubt wasn't an obstacle? What if, instead, it was a weapon? When used correctly, doubt, both from others and within oneself, can be one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. In this chapter, we will explore how history's greatest minds and most successful individuals have harnessed doubt to fuel their achievements, deceive their enemies, and position themselves for victory. The first step to wielding doubt as a weapon is understanding that skepticism from others is not a disadvantage. It is an opportunity. When people doubt your abilities, they lower their expectations, making them easier to surprise. This principle has been used time and again by some of history's most brilliant strategists. Take Albert Einstein, for example. In his early years, Einstein's teachers considered him a poor student. He struggled in traditional education, and his unconventional way of thinking led many to dismiss his potential. But rather than allowing their doubt to define him, he used it as motivation. By the time the world realized his genius, he had already rewritten the laws of physics. The very skepticism that could have crushed him became the catalyst for his success. Similarly, in warfare, being underestimated due to doubt can be a tactical advantage. One of the most legendary examples of this is the story of Hannibal Barca, the Carthaginian general who took on the might of Rome. The Romans doubted that he could successfully invade Italy, let alone threaten their empire. They assumed that no army could cross the Alps, particularly in winter, and certainly not with war elephants. But Hannibal embraced their doubt, using it as a smokescreen. While Rome dismissed his capabilities, he meticulously planned one of the most daring military maneuvers in history, leading his forces through the treacherous mountain range. His successful invasion of Italy stunned the Romans and solidified his place as one of history's greatest tacticians. On a personal level, doubt can be used not just to deceive others, but to sharpen oneself. Many people fear self-doubt, seeing it as a sign of weakness. However, self-doubt, when controlled, can be an incredible tool for self-improvement. The greatest minds in history did not achieve success by blindly believing in themselves. They questioned, re-examined, and refined their ideas constantly. Leonardo da Vinci was notorious for doubting his own work, which led him to constantly push the boundaries of art and science. His self-questioning made him relentless in his pursuit of perfection, ensuring that he never settled for mediocrity. Doubt, when harnessed correctly, forces one to prepare more thoroughly, train harder, and think deeper than the competition. Beyond individuals, entire companies and industries have been built on the foundation of doubt. When Netflix first emerged, traditional media giants doubted that streaming would ever replace physical rentals. Blockbuster executives laughed at the idea that customers would prefer an online platform over their stores. That doubt allowed Netflix to grow largely unchallenged until it was too late for Blockbuster to catch up. The same pattern repeated with Amazon, which was once doubted as just an online bookstore, and Tesla, which was ridiculed for betting on electric vehicles when the auto industry was skeptical of their viability. By the time the doubters realized their mistake, these companies had already secured dominance in their respective fields. Doubt also creates an element of surprise. If people expect you to fail, they will not prepare for your success. This was the exact tactic used by the Wright brothers. At the time, the idea of human flight was considered absurd. Established engineers and scientists doubted that two bicycle mechanics could accomplish what the greatest minds of the time had failed to do. But Orville and Wilbur Wright did not try to convince the world otherwise. Instead, they quietly worked on their designs, conducted their experiments in relative obscurity, and waited for the moment when they could prove everyone wrong. When they finally achieved controlled flight in 1903, the world was caught off guard and the age of aviation began. Doubt can be turned into an advantage in many ways. It can act as a shield, allowing one to move unseen and unchallenged. It can serve as motivation, pushing an individual to work harder and refine their skills. It can also be a psychological weapon, used to lull adversaries into complacency. When someone doubts you, they are revealing their own blind spots. They are showing you where they are not prepared, where they are weak, and where they are vulnerable. Instead of resisting their skepticism, embrace it. Use it as a tactical advantage. The ability to weaponize doubt is not about arrogance. It is about patience and calculation. It is about recognizing that the world often underestimates what it does not understand. Those who are dismissed as foolish, incapable, or insignificant are often the ones who possess the most room to maneuver. They are not seen as threats, which gives them time to build in the shadows. They are not feared, which means they can strike without warning. As we continue through this book, we will explore the other tools that underestimated individuals can use to their advantage. But for now, remember this: when people doubt you, they are handing you a gift. It is up to you to decide how to use it. Will you allow their skepticism to break you, or will you transform it into the very thing that propels you to greatness? The choice is yours.